right, welcome everyone to another VanHack Success Case interview. My name is Ilya, and today I'm super excited to be joined by Tobi, who is a senior software engineer from Nigeria who just moved to Calgary, Canada, through the Canadian Engineering Office. Welcome, Tobi, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Can you just tell us about yourself a little bit?
Sure. My name is Tobi Amos. I'm a senior software engineer. I work for PushPress. PushPress is a gym management company. We make gym management software, particularly for CrossFit gyms, but slowly expanding to other verticals. I've been with them since 2020. I've been programming since, say, 2013. I used to work for a couple startups in Nigeria and some startups based out of the UK and Australia before I started working with PushPress. I love to code. I actually love to solve problems using code, and I think that's where I really thrive.
Cool,
So,
cool. So what kind of problems are you solving right now using code? Just curious.
yeah, so we are trying to make the gym owners be more efficient as it comes to scheduling, subscriptions, and also providing value to the members, right? And so we're building these tools to make sure that the people come to the gym on time. They can track their workouts, they can see their progress. The gym owner doesn't feel more overwhelmed, all the things they have to do with running the team of their gym, and just feel like they have control over everything, you know? And so
Mhm.
there's a lot of things we've been doing, making sure that the communication is right, the billing is right, making sure that members can see their progress, their workouts, their scores, and everything.
Mhm.
Just, yeah, we cater for everything.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Um, well, I guess where did this crazy idea of moving to Canada come from?
Yeah, that's actually myself and my wife, we've been toying with the idea for a bit, and I think just leaving the country and just exploring all the options. Particularly
Mhm.
for me, I wanted to be closer to the US so I can attend conferences and meetups and meetings. It's really hard. It's not possible, just really hard for my home country. And so using here as a base is better. And also, I like Canada. We have family here, especially in Calgary. We have some people that I went to high school with live here as well. And so it's like settling in has been easier for us. So yeah, that's why we thought about it. And yeah, we've been toying with the plan. So we explored other options. There was like a school route. There's
Mhm.
also like I think there's like a permanent residency route that
Right.
before we started. Then I think at some point I just got an email because I've been subscribed to VanHack's email newsletter for some time, and I saw it, and I talked with my boss. I was like, "Well, is this something that we could do?" It's like, "Yeah, sure." And then we started the process.
Mm. Nice. That's awesome. And so what made you pick Calgary specifically? Like you wanted to move, you
Yeah,
can move anywhere, right?
we could move everywhere. Well, we have family here. My wife's cousin lives here in Charlottesville here and another city. There's some like a couple coworkers I used to work with in Nigeria live here as well, and someone I went to high school with that were really close lives here as well. And so it just seemed like the place that we want to come to, some place that we're familiar or we have familiar people with, and so that's why we chose Calgary.
That's awesome. That's a great reason. And I'm guessing that's helping on the settlement process, right?
Yeah, it is a lot. Like getting someone to help you pick you up from the airport, show you around, helping you get set up your SIN, your
Mm.
bank, a lot of things. It's been easier. When we speak to people, they say we've had it easier because we have people to sort of like hold our hands throughout the entire process. So it's been
Mm.
good.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I guess like having that kind of support network is awesome. And also like being able to move to Canada with your current job. So like how has that been? Like, is your employer happy like that they're now in the time zone? Like, how is that going?
Yeah, I think I've gotten like a lot of support from Ryan, Jeremy, Arjun, then my direct team, Fernando, Marissa. All these people are really nice. And when I started the process, because it took a long time, and just sharing
Yeah.
with them, I had a support even from the HR alley, and just saying, okay, well, this is how it's going to be. This is what the plan is, and just checking on them and say, okay, whatever you need us to do, we will do. And
Mhm.
also being communicating with my team that okay, I'll be gone for this time because I'm moving to another country, and just them providing support and cover for the work that I would be doing while I'm away, which is nice.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I love.
cool.
Yeah.
And are they happy that you've moved here?
Yeah. Everybody's because now I'm closer to the US and now I can come more often, you know.
Yeah,
And
when you're flying to LA, or are they gonna come up to Calgary?
actually, they just had like a retreat this week, but I was not able to attend because I'm trying to set up my like
Yeah.
life all over again. But I'm pretty much certain like maybe in December or January, I probably be going to the US and you know.
That's a great time to go to California when you're living in Alberta for sure.
Yeah, cool.
Nice, man. So how's your like what made you want to go with VanHack? Like you know, there's probably other ways that you could have come through to move to Canada.
Yeah.
What made VanHack the reason?
So I think I've been following VanHack for some time, and I've seen like success stories, I've seen positive reviews, you know. And when we started the process, you guys seem more informed about everything, you know. And also when getting the right experts to work with me, and I just felt more confident. So before then, just reading all the reviews I've seen about VanHack, and I didn't really see anything that would for made me to be worried or a cause for concern. And so
Mhm.
that's why I chose VanHack.
Cool. And now here you are on your own success case video, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's awesome. Well, hopefully the person who's watching this, they'll also be, and they can mention, and we can keep the video to video connection.
yeah.
Um, awesome. And how did it feel like when you found out your visa was approved, right? Like you know, how was that moment?
We were actually happy, you know, and because I think it's at work is I was going to take some time off for that move, but at the same time is we didn't know when it was going to happen, and so it
Mm,
was we're just in this limbo state where we needed to plan, but we didn't know when to plan for, and it was just
right.
still a lot of uncertainty, especially in the house, like maybe making some solid commitments you will make if you know you'll be in the country for the next 6 months or a year. We couldn't do those because we weren't sure, right? And so when we knew that it was approved, it just caused like a sign of relief for us because we were definitely knew that, okay, well, in the next 3 months or 2 months, we'll be out of here. And
Yeah.
also communicate to my team and we could plan around that. So it was really, we're really happy.
That's awesome, man. And you mentioned something about taking a while, and I think like we should address that. Like it's this is not a short process, right? It's so
Yeah,
I think your case took about 6 months.
yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, yeah. So I think from when we got the LMI to before we got the LMI and everything, 6 to 7 months. So I
Seven
keep,
months.
so
Yeah.
when you share the success story on LinkedIn, some people reached out to me and trying to get how long. I said, well, mine took 7 months. I probably just planned for a year, just in
Hmm.
case you never know. And like a year is enough time. Like
Yeah.
you become less, well, you would, I don't think you exceed more than a year, but a year seems like a very safe bet.
Yeah. Well, definitely we try and make it
Yeah.
faster as well for people. And if you're watching this from a country that is it's called visa exempt. So like in Europe and Australia and countries that don't need a visitor visa to come to Canada, you can actually apply for your work permit at the border, like in the airport. So that for those countries will make things faster, etc. But yeah, I think a year is definitely like a good kind of mindset way to look at it, especially since you don't actually have to move right away once you get the work permit, right? So cool. Any other tips you have for van hackers who are going through the process or thinking of going through the process?
I think there's like first thing first, like you need to have a lot of patience around it, and you want to reply to emails promptly. You want to make sure that you're providing all the information asked of you, maybe even provide even more than they've asked. You want to be
Mm,
very proactive. You also want to be checking in as often as you can, right? And also a strategy that I would say is for each step of the process, you want to ask what is the max it could take. And when they say that, maybe you set a time and ask after that time again. And whenever they ask you for like
mm.
information, just make sure you're providing it. Make sure it's correct, it's up to date, it's not expired. Like maybe you can start processing the document, but by the time when we get to the stage that document is expired, you want to
Oh
go
yeah, it's a good tip.
and make sure everything. But I think once you providing all the information asked of you, once you're communicating with the people helping you out and just having that patience, I think that's the all the tip I can give.
Yeah, you have to be patient, and you also have to like know, yeah, the documentation is so many little details, right? So I think like I've seen Van Hackers even create like a software. Maybe that's something that we can create in the future for us is like a documentation software.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but cool. Well, I guess now like settling in, how's it been? The first has been what, a week that you've relocated. This is all so fresh, right? Do you believe you're
Yeah.
still? Do you like ever go outside in Calgary and just like where am I? Like
Well,
what are the biggest
we have been
differences
really
you finding?
I think for me is so driving is a bit different here.
Mm,
It's a bit different here. I find that Google Maps work better here, which is nice. So just makes
mm-hmm,
you feel confident that it's unlikely you will get lost even if you're trying to explore on your own.
mm-hmm.
I do like that we were able to go out to do stuff with and just the places are not so far apart. Like places you want to go to are not so far apart, like 10, 15 minutes, 9 minutes, 10
Right.
minutes you were there. And also because we're staying in downtown right now, so most of the stuff that we really have to do is really close to us. When we go into the bank, we just have to work there. And so I think I
Mm.
really like the convenience of that as well.
Is Nigeria like Brazil where everything takes forever? Like if you need to go to, I don't know, were you living in Lagos? Because I remember when I lived in Sao Paulo, it took like an hour just to get across the city.
Yeah, I think it's the like we have a traffic situation in Nigeria and you have to plan your movement around the traffic. And so you wanna if you the place you're going to is like quite a distance, you wanna leave early so you can
Yeah.
be quick and you just can't decide to go on a whim if
Mm,
you come back in a timely manner, you know? And so
right.
that's it.
Yeah, I've been there. Well, that sounds much better to be able to walk where you want to go. And have you tried any Canadian food or any Canadian culture or anything like that?
No, not yet. Not yet. But because we've been trying some of the other foods that we used to eat back in Nigeria. So the Indian cuisine, Italian, so like spaghetti bolognese,
Mm.
pasta Alfredo, those ones really nice here as well. So Nigerian food too, we could get. We also went to African store. I think it will take some time for us to adjust to
Yeah,
like
it's been a week. No worries.
I guess like burgers and fries is everything. Like we've tried those and those are okay.
Yeah, Canadian food is funny
No.
actually. There's no such thing as Canadian food. It's just food from around the world. So like what you're saying, it's like Indian, Italian. Yeah. Cool. Well, Toby, this is really great. Thanks so much for, taking the time to share your experience and enjoy Calgary. And yeah, we'll be in touch.
All right, thank you.
Cheers.